Welcome ladies and gents to another episode from the MTB Trail Hub, where today we're at Antur Stiniog in what you can only describe as typical Welsh weather. The weather is not playing ball, so what we're going to have to do, we've cut the filming short, but we are going to take a look at this black trail behind me, one of the entry-level black trails, so you can see if you're up to it. We're going to take a little look at some of the features, take a run through so you can plan a trip and see if you want to ride it yourselves. Dropping. Woohoo! Right, here we go. Right, so the first feature we got on this trail is a pretty big sort of rock slab area with a few sort of like mini drops in, loads of line choices for it, and then it comes out into a more bermy section with some small mellow doubles that can be rolled. One thing is, what the guy said when we checked in this morning is there's no gap jumps, they're all rollable. It's good to know that, so you know you're not going to come around a corner all of a sudden there's going to be a huge pit that you can fall into. So here is the rock slab. From here it's a different story. You just see a big old drop off. As long as you know it's coming, you can plan your line and it shouldn't cause you too much of a problem. Yes! Nice! And we're in. And this is one of their single diamond blacks. Not the most difficult, but still quite technical. Roll that. So as you can see, this place is really exposed. So in windy, rough weather, you are going to get hammered up at the top. This is a sort of intermediate, it's like a good intermediate park. Lots of flowy trails with a couple of really technical black runs too. So there's a big old rock garden behind us. It just doesn't stop either. It's got loads of steps in it, some sharp jagged rocks in there, but it does look like there's a sneaky sort of easy line to the left if you're not fancying the full commitment. There's no two ways about it though. Either way, this section is pretty sketchy. If you come up high on the way in, you're going to have a bit of a drop, and it's going to be pretty tricky. Whew. Here we go. Bit of a rock. Woo. Like a bucking bronco. Oh. Here we go. Bit of a rock. Woo. Like a bucking bronco. We literally have a river going down the trail now. If this video comes out, I'll be gobsmacked. So we're carrying on black powder. Also, there is a few little spines that you sort of get your speed up and there'll be a little spine come out of nowhere. So you definitely want to know where you're going on a track like this, because you could quite easily send something without realising. It's not a huge park actually. We've only got a good handful of trails that go top to bottom, and you'll easily ride all of them in a day's uplift. There's loads of facilities down at the bottom of the car park. You've got bike shop, cafe, toilets and all that stuff, so you've got everything you need. It's quite a mellow, chilled atmosphere. Right, we're at the mid station. We're back into black powder. Woo. Bit more soil down this bottom end. Whoa! far as the run's down, you'll get a good 2 to 3 minute run, top to bottom I'd say. So there's a lot of trail to be had. Up at the top, you've got sort of 4 options, which then split off as you go down. But yeah, you've got a mixture of green, blue, red and black trails, with the majority of them being flowy reds with a bit of tech thrown in as well. There's a lot of rocks. This is a very rocky area, and it's all slate. This whole place is slate, so in the wet there's not much grip, but it's almost that perfect trail centre sort of terrain. This is the kind of stuff that they bring into trail centres to stop it corroding, keeping it in good nick. These guys have got it right here. So we're now on a different trail, and I wanted to show you this little breakaway from one of the main lines, because it's a really fun little section. You don't see stuff like this too often, or at least I haven't anyway. And it's like a sort of a rock roll. Can you roll it? Do you need to drop it? I don't know, but I'm not willing to take the chance to actually roll it. So let's take a little look. It's called Why Do. This is a really short little feature. It's almost one big rock, and then it goes into a couple of doubles, and it's just a really fun way to sort of like see out the run. This is definitely a feature you need to commit to 100%. Either do that or don't bother at all. And if you can see, if you just look over the edge here, there's a slight rock that sticks out. At that point, I've been giving it a little pop, and that's just bringing the front wheel up, just because I'm not quite brave enough just to fully commit to a roll. Dropping in. Woo-hoo! Into these doubles. Yes! What a dream. This place has got a good atmosphere. Shame it's been spoiled by the rain today, but we've got a nice little terrace over there you could sit out on. A nice brewski at the end of the day. Not today. So this place is actually right up there in North Wales, and we're littered with places to ride. So right next to the Dovey Bike Park, Snowdonia. So you could make a great weekend of it. Talking of weekends, why don't you come back for the next video where we're going to be riding somewhere else very close to this. So yeah, come back, see where we go, and we'll check out some more trails.